Welcome viewers to another review of a Konami Nissan Laurel HT2000SGX body code KHC130 from 1972. That is a long title, I apologize. But Konami, look at that. Be careful. These are old, so you know the glue wears out, so that's good that it didn't fall far. The Laurel is a Nissan from 1969 all the way up to 2002. So there were 8 generations of Laurel, but I believe this is the first generation if it's a 1972 model, right? It's going to be a front engine, rear wheel drive, and what we're looking at is a coupe, of course, but they did have 2 4-door sedans as well, and 2-door sedans I think as well. It was placed above the Datsun Bluebird 510, and it was considered a more luxurious car than, well, it had the luxury of a Cedric, but it was a smaller vehicle than the Cedric, but bigger than the Bluebird, so kind of middle of the road. Okay. I gotta say, comparing to the photos, it's not bad. Okay. The laurel is a noble tree in Greek mythology, and a wreath a symbol of honorable status. I'm reading all this stuff from Wikipedia, guys. I don't think this stuff up on my own. Okay, so another thing that I'm reading is this 2-door hardtop coupe is affectionately known as the Butaketsu Laurel, meaning pig's butt, because it's got such a big butt on it. And the engine choices were 1.8 to 2.8 liter inline 4s and inline 6s, and it was Coke bottle styling, where it's kind of pinches in the middle like a Coke bottle. Alright, so that's enough of the Wikipedia reading. Let's get into this model here. So it's a regular white color. It's not metallic or pearl, unfortunately. The wheels, yeah, they're not the greatest paint job, or they're also probably not the greatest molding job. Let's see how old this thing is. 2005, so that gives an indication why. You got some treads, but these are the same tires shared with a lot of Konamis. I mean, they do look like they're from the 60s or the 70s, so I guess that's okay. Unfortunately, it's riveted together, so if there's a problem, you're going to have to drill it apart. And then it's nice to see some silver paint there. Alright, so on this side, ooh, we got some paint rash going on. Yep, 16-year-old model. Paint rash. Just a plain outline of a logo. Orange paint there. The tires do have good shape to them. They look like they're radial tires from that era. We got a little bump here for the key, as well as sticking out door handle, painted silver. I don't know what this is. I think it's just like an accent comparing to the real photos. Fuel filler door, and then here Laurel SGX is printed pretty well. There's a little silver or chrome trim on the top of the window. Pretty distorted windows, really bad. That's some bad vision there. Okay, Coke bottle glasses. Window, that is. Alright, it's painted on lights, red, orangish, red again. And I don't know if they left this space specifically for like the backup lights. Maybe. That's where they are on the real car. A plain white license plate graphic, a little bump with silver here, and then what's this one here? 5-speed. Well, I guess 5-speed would actually be pretty nice to have back in 1972. And then this says Laurel SGX on the right side. That looks pretty good. Okay, some more silver trim around this window. This side doesn't seem to have the paint rash, so that's nice. I can always display it on this side. It'll look pretty cool. It just knows, yeah, separate plastic chrome bumpers, so that's neat. It's not part of the casting. The front end, we got some headlamps here, 4 plastic inserts, and then some orange printed turn signals, some nice texture, and then 2000 for the engine capacity. I would assume it's a 2-liter. I guess that's just an L for Laurel. So smooth smooth black paint here. Okay. Hood looks okay. Some raised vents here. Also some raised but not painted wiper blades. And then more silver paint. Alright, well, the windows are really distorted and there's a black interior. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything good. That is not good. Wow. These might be some of the worst windows I've seen in diecast. That looks like... yeah, that's not good at all. Seats do have some ribbing though. Center armrest. Those are some weird seats actually. The ribbing goes all the way across this width of the backrest. I don't know if that's accurate. It's very strange. And then the rear seats, same ribbing. Okay. Well, you know, it's a nice, cool looking model. I think TLV makes this, but I don't really feel like spending the money on TLV all the time for, I don't know, it's kind of a cool car. Maybe someday, if it grows on me more. Let's put it up on the spin thing. I do have another Laurel to compare it to. A while back I did a review of the Aoshima Grachan version, if you want to search my history. And here it is. It's a crazy pink color. So Liberty Walk modified. In this case they totally replaced the headlamps, put on a chin spoiler. And interesting that Konami doesn't have any sort of mirrors, but the Aoshima does. But the Aoshimas never seem to have any printing on them, like no Nissan badge or nothing. It's just all solid blocks of paint, which is a shame. You'll notice that the taillights are actually built into the bumpers, which to me seems a little odd, but I guess it happened. And both cars kind of have lame wheels. The Aoshima, both of them are blocked off. There's no air passing between the spokes. So possibly, maybe if I could find some small diameter wheels, I'll do a wheel swap on this guy. I'm gonna wait till I have every casting of the Aoshima Grachans before I start modifying those. I want to compare all of them in their stock form from Aoshima. But once that video is done, I'm gonna do some serious wheel swapping on those Grachans. Alright, well, I'm not sure what to say. If you if you like Nissan Laurels, it's an interesting car. You know, I never knew about this before collecting diecasts. Never heard of it, but diecast is teaching me quite a lot. So these Konamis, they're not particularly expensive on eBay. Well, that's a relative term, I guess. Compared to Hot Wheels, they are expensive. But for something that's 15 years old and still has a decent enough amount of detail, it's up to you to decide if it's worth it or not. But again, like I said, I think TLV might make it, and I'm sure that one would be better, but I also feel it'd be 2 or 3 times as expensive. Alright then, I'll see you in the next review. Thanks.